All right, guys, we are back, and we're here with our third segment, Hart Trophy finalist. Who is the favorite to win the Hart Trophy, the MVP of the NHL, the most prestigious award that somebody can win? There are three finalists, and they go by the names of, as we still have the Sheldon Keefe graphic up here, they are Nikita Kucherov, Nathan MacKinnon, and Connor McDavid. These guys are perennial superstars in the NHL, and it's really great to have these three be the three names for the Hart Trophy. This is the most stacked Hart race that I can remember in recent memory. Maybe last year's was a lot of fun to kind of watch, as you have Austin Matthews with so many goals. McDavid was the one that ended up winning that, and he is the reigning Hart Trophy winner. But let me give you all three of their cases, and then I'll tell you who I believe will win it, and I will tell you who I believe should win it. For Nikita Kucherov, he was fantastic this year. Lights out. Led the NHL with 144 points, the Art Ross winner. You have a lot of trophies in the NHL. I'll run down. You have the Hart for the MVP. The Art Ross is the most point. The Ted Lindsay is the most assists. Maurice Richard is the most goals. Lady Byng is the best plus minus, the Frank Selke is the best plus minus, and then the Lady Byng is the sportsmanship award. And then you have the Vezina for best goalie, and the Jack Campbell for the best coach. So for the Hart, the MVP, you're not really looking at points tallies. You're just looking at who's the best player, because you have the Art Ross for the points tallies already. Kucherov led the NHL with 144 points. He had 44 goals, 100 assists. He is... I will give you the list of guys that have had 100 assists in a season. Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Bobby Orr, Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov. That's it. That's the list. We had two guys in the NHL this year break or eclipse that 100 assist mark, and it is amazing that we saw. I can't talk about it enough. That is super impressive for Nikita Kucherov to break that. He also had 44 goals. He set a Lightning franchise record for points in a season, with many great names playing for the Lightning in recent memory. For him to have broken the Lightning franchise record for points in a season is amazing. You have Steven Stamkos, who wasn't able to do it. You had Martin St. Louis, who wasn't even able to do it. Vinny Lecavalier, who wasn't able to do it. And Nikita Kucherov is the guy that has 144 points. He is amazing, and he has a very, very, very strong chance at winning the Hart Memorial Trophy this season. That list, Gretzky, Lemieux, or McDavid, Kucherov, that's amazing company. Those are all 5 Hall of Famers for the NHL. I would love to add this little tidbit. Lemieux did it once. Bobby Orr's done it once. McDavid and Kucherov, this was their first season doing it. Wayne Gretzky, he did it 11 times in his career. That's one of those silly Wayne Gretzky stats. There's pages of silly Wayne Gretzky stats. That might be the most absurd one. I mean, he's done it 11 times. Nobody else has done it twice. He was great. Second most by a player in the last 28 years for points. 144 points. That doesn't happen often. That's more than Alexander Ovechkin has ever had in a season. That's more than, I believe, Sidney Crosby has ever had in a season. I believe McDavid is the only one that has had more points than him in the last 28 years. He really willed the Lightning into the playoffs this season. Not a lot of people stepped up. Brayden Point had a very off season. Victor Hedman, a very off year. Steven Stamkos even. I believe he was over a point per game, but that's still not great to his standards. So, yeah, these guys, Nikita Kucherov really carried the Lightning to the playoffs. He wasn't able to push them past the first round as they got done in by their cross-state rival in the Florida Panthers in 6, but this is a regular season award. We're not talking about the playoffs here. He was first in power play assists with 40. He was first in power play points with 53. He had 8 3-point games, which was first in the NHL. He would be, if he does win this Hart Memorial, he would be the 4th active player with multiple Harts, which is really cool for Nikita Kucherov. So he has a very strong chance at winning this Hart Memorial Trophy. It'll be very exciting to see if they do give it to him, since he will be joining McDavid, Ovechkin, Crosby, elite company. Maybe it's time to start putting him into those conversations as one of the greatest players of this generation. But moving on, our number 2 guy, and I think the guy with the worst case, I would say, is Nathan MacKinnon. 140 points. He did have 51 goals and 89 assists. He is the player on this list with the most goals, but he only did have 89 assists, and the other 2 guys having 100 assists in a season, eclipsing that mark, I think is a little bit more of a conversation to have when it comes to this Hart Memorial. So that's why I believe that he might have the worst opportunity. But I still think that he does have a strong case at it. I mean, 140 points is nothing to scoff at. I think he wins the Hart Memorial Trophy in any other year, really, of recent memory. He was amazing this season with 51 goals once again. That is spectacular. He is the 6th player in the Colorado Avalanche organization history to eclipse the 50-goal mark in a season. You have great names. And this includes the Quebec Nordiques as well. You have great names on this list, including Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg, who both eclipsed 50 goals in a season. So for him to join that company is really, really great. I believe Mikko Rantanen also has done it recently. And he's doing this without his kind of number 1 guy, Gabriel Landeskog, out for the last 2 years. But Cale Makar really stepping up, really helping out, giving him a lot of assists. This Colorado Avalanche team is amazing, and a large part of it is because they have one of the top 5 best players in the NHL in the guy we're looking at right now, Nathan MacKinnon. This is his 3rd time as a Hart finalist. He has not won the award yet. He is kind of looking like maybe you're talking about a little bit of like Lemieux to a Gretzky here when we're talking about Nathan MacKinnon to Connor McDavid, getting overshadowed a lot. But, MacKinnon, he does have a strong case here. Of course he does. 140 points is nothing to scoff at. He would be the 3rd Avalanche to win the award, joining Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg of those 96 and 01 Avalanche teams. So if Nathan MacKinnon were to be able to kind of break through and win the Hart Trophy, that would be great for the Avalanche organization and for Nathan MacKinnon. But I do believe that he's probably 3rd right now when we're looking at odds. And then you have Connor McDavid. He is the 3rd guy on this list. There's no particular order when I'm giving you this list. This is just by how many points they had in a season. For him, 132. He played in only 76 games this season, 32 goals, 100 assists. He wasn't healthy for a couple of games throughout the regular season. That didn't stop him. 6th player in history to have 100 plus points in 4 more straight seasons. That's another Wayne Gretzky stat. He probably did it in like 50. No, I believe he had about 14 or 15 straight 100-plus point season for Wayne Gretzky. This is Connor McDavid's 4th straight. He's the 6th player in history to do that. 100 assists in a season. We talked about it with Nikita Kucherov. We're going to talk about it again with Connor McDavid. That's a very important tally to cross over. And when it does come down to Connor McDavid, that could be his strongest case. He does end the regular season at a 100 assists on the dot. Him and Nikita Kucherov both got exactly 100 assists. It's a little bit funny. But for Connor McDavid, he's clearly the best player in the NHL, and I think that's really his case. Of course, we've seen it with a lot of different sports, kind of talking about basketball when LeBron's winning his MVPs. You're looking at the stats, and he does deserve it. But that's because he's the best player in the NBA, and that's why he's won his MVPs. And I think you could kind of make that argument when you're talking about McDavid. Maybe Luka Doncic had better overall counting stats than Nikola Jokic did this year, but Nikola Jokic was the clear MVP in the NBA, and that's why he did win the award. This is his 6th time since he broke into the league in 2015-2016 season to be named as a Hart Trophy finalist. That's a insane clip. He is the best hockey player in the world, and everything backs that up. He's a 4-time winner. That is the tied for the 3rd most in the history of the NHL. Wayne Gretzky won it 9 times. Gordie Howe won it 6 times. Eddie Shore won it 4 times. And then Connor McDavid is at 4 right now. Who I believe will win it? I think it's going to be the guy Nikita Kucherov. I think he deserves it. I think 144 points in the season. If he had 1 less assist, I would say it would go to Connor McDavid for breaking that 100 assist eclipse. But for Nikita Kucherov to also do it, and for him to be the standout player on that Lightning team, and for him to kind of will them to the playoffs, I think he is the definition of the MVP. And for him to win his 2nd is going to be amazing for him. Connor McDavid is going to win more Hart trophies. I believe he's going to end with around 7 or 8 in his career. So I think we could give this one to Nikita Kucherov. And, McDavid's the reigning Hart Trophy, so I think that there's going to be a little bit of voter fatigue when it comes to this, but I still think when you're looking at all the stats, Nikita Kucherov deserves to be this Hart Trophy winner. And with that being said, we're going to take our 3rd break of the evening, and when I come back, we're going to be talking about the Rangers and their perfect playoff run so far.